Hello, hello, everybody. Nice to see you all. I see there's a couple people waiting in here already. Welcome to Dorothy's Daughter. This is the Sewing Bee, which is on Tuesday afternoons when we get together and have a little bit of fellowship and chat about a few sewing topics. Today, I want to focus on how to keep your sojo. What are the ways that you keep your sojo throughout, especially this time of the year? So with that, I'm going to see who's here yet, and we will get started. All right, I see there's 4 people here so far. All right, here comes some people. Hi, Kathy. How are you? Good to see you. How is it in Pennsylvania? It's pretty ugly here, actually. Hi, Barbara. Nice to see you as well. Hi, Angela. Hi, Brenda. All my good friends here. I love you guys so much. Yeah, so I just thought we'd talk a little bit about how we keep our sojo today. Like, I have a few tricks, and I'm thinking maybe you do too. So let's talk about that, plus catch up. Hi, Verna. Nice to see you. Hi, Snow Owl, Zella, and Elizabeth. Thanks for coming today. I'm slowly getting around to catching up on everything and feeling, human and like I'm still behind a little in recording videos. I have so much content, you guys, that I have to get out there right now, but I'm getting there. Hello, Daphne. Hi, Lynn. Good to see you. Lynn, how is your daughter, Casey? I've been praying for her. It's been sunny but cold, especially since I just came back from seeing my daughter in Florida. Yeah. Where do you live, Kathy? I don't quite remember where you live. So I kind of want to have topics for Tuesdays just so that people who haven't been part of us don't wander in and get totally confused by what we're doing. So, and also just this is a time we can all help each other, kind of like the Facebook group, only live and in person. So I thought we could either take a question from the Facebook group or just something that I have on my mind that would be good, or something you have on your mind. But this week I thought we would just let's talk about what are some ways that you beat your sojo. I mean, when it's just like you just get in a slump and you feel like nothing you do looks good and you feel like nothing you do ever gets done, and you just put down yourself, over and over and over and over again. So let's hear some ways that you guys do that. I'm also going to share a few and see where you see what we come up with. Maybe this will be a real helpful video. And then, of course, we'll be catching up as well. If you're new here to the chat, we do have a nice friendship with all of us going, and we do listen to each other's concerns. We send prayers and good thoughts and whatever it is that you feel appropriate to each other, and we just enjoy each other's company, as well as learn a little bit about sewing and help each other in that end. All right. Hi, Gail. Good to see you as well. Hi, Nikki. Nice to see you, hon. I am feeling so much better, you guys. So much better. Oh, my goodness. She's back to work? That's awesome. Oh, you're in Vero Beach. Oh, would you just send some sunshine? I mean, it was sunny today here, but we have about maybe 8 inches of snow on the ground right now. So I haven't been out of the house in a couple of days. So I'm finally going to get out tonight. Hi, Dee. Nice to see you, hon. Oh, good idea. Dee recovers her sojo by making something for someone else. Lynn says she makes small projects or just does mending first. Brenda parts for something new. Good idea. Oh, matching. Isn't it fun to match patterns and fabrics? Let's see. Angela says she likes to look at your patterns, shop for fabric, make a plan. You have to sew for cold weather for quite a while. Same here. I'm just south, remember? A little bit south of you. Come back? Did I leave? I didn't leave. Hi, Marina. Nice to see you. Oh, wow. Marina says she has not touched her sewing machine in more than a month. So we're gonna maybe this will be helpful for you. I've been there. There've been times I've gone a couple months. Not since I started my channel. It's sort of some accountability, which helps me a lot, but it really, it really does make it hard when you're taking that first step back into it if you've been out of it for a little bit. Snoelle says, recently it helped me to plan a themed capsule. Work, swim, vacation. It's fun finding patterns and fabrics. Awesome. No, I don't think anybody else's screen froze. Let's see. Let me look at mine. Nope, mine's not frozen. Yep, not frozen. Huh, Angela's did too. Is it back now, you guys? Let me know. Verna's almost done with her cold weather items. Oh, Gail watches sewing on YouTube. Good idea. All right, so I'll share my first one with you, and that is, so one of the first things I do is I had it on my brain. This is live, yay! I try a different craft. I was going to try and put them up here. That's one of the things I was going to say is that, if you're getting kind of like, you need to be inspired. So if you get on, like if you've got a Cricut or something like that, you can kind of get into a different little bit of crafting situation, and sometimes it'll spur you on to get back into your sewing. Especially like if you make t-shirts and then you go, man, these t-shirts that I buy to put the stuff on just aren't that great. So then you get inspired to make yourself t-shirts. So speaking of that, in the beginning of March, we are going to have I think anywhere from a 4-part to a 6-part series on ways to embellish a t-shirt. There's so many different ways, and I've done them all, I think. So I'm going to just share different ways. They won't be necessarily a how-to, because some of the how-tos could have 10 videos just to describe that. But it'll be like a little bit of an overview of different things you can do, inspiring, that kind of thing. And then if people want to, we can get into those specific things as we go along. Verna took a 2.5-hour class on her serger. She's been using it for almost 2 years. Huh. Was it helpful? Learn some tricks. Oh, fun. That's fun. I probably should take one. I have the same one. I have the MO1000. And I should probably take a class just so, because they weren't giving classes when I bought mine because of the pandemic. So I probably should take it because there are some unique things to that serger that I didn't have on my previous one. Ice dyed fabric. Oh, that is fun. That's actually one of the, I don't know why this thing doesn't want to put the whole comment on there. Can I make it smaller? There we go. There, that works. One of the things that I have in mind to to do with the t-shirts is dyeing. So we will probably talk about color dyeing or tie dyeing and ice dyeing. Fun to do. Yeah. So another way that I take care of my sojo is I like to listen to music or read an inspiring book full of imagery. That is something that even when I used to have my photography business, if I was stuck artistically, I would go and just listen to some music while I designed, or something that caused me to have a lot of imagery, and it makes that part of your brain more alive. And anytime you can get yourself into the right side of your brain, which is the creative side, that is where you're going to find that passion for doing things. Now, matching up patterns and 1/4 inch seams, you're going to find that on the left side of your brain. But on the right side is where you're going to find the passion, the inspiration, the vision. And so anytime you can get yourself to that creative side of your brain, it's going to help you a lot. Kathy says she just joins a challenge, which is a good thing to do as well. Yep, accountable to each other. That does help. I agree. Another thing I like to do is, I should have had these typed out ahead of time. Sorry, guys. I like to sketch designs. Just go, even like anything that I can think of that inspires me. Like if I see something in the store, or if I see something on somebody, like that scallop neckline I did a while back. I saw someone with a scallop neckline at a party, and it couldn't get out of my brain. And I had to have something with that scallop neckline before I could let it go. So that is definitely another way. If you like to sketch, it's worth the money to get the My Body model. That's where they take your measurements and they make the croquis. If you don't know what a croquis is, it's CROQUOIS. That is a drawing that you would design clothes onto, like like a mannequin. And they draw one out just for your size so that you can design and know how it's going to look on you, which is very, very helpful, especially when it comes to proportions and things like that. Yeah, joining challenges was another one that I had as well, Kathy. Another thing that I just would like to say about that is to just plain start. Sometimes a project seems so involved that you just don't think that you're ever gonna be able to make it come to fruition, because there's so many steps, and you just don't, your brain is like on overload, and you can't funnel it down to, now here's where it helps to get in the left side. Okay, what's the first step? If it's preparing the pockets, then you prepare the pockets, and if that's all you do that day, it's a start. Okay, if you can possibly skip ahead sometimes and do the most difficult part first. Example, I'm going to give my review of the new Fraser cardigan. I made one, and I'm making 2 more, and I'll probably have the review video up maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. I'm not really sure. But one of the things that I had difficulty with, and I always have difficulty with things like this, is the band going all the way around. Not stretching it, not anything like that, not the sewing part at all. But I tend to get pieces upside down and not pointing the right way. And since they're so long, and my French terry was super curvy, I had a really, really hard time. So with the other two that I'm making, since that band doesn't need to be attached to anything, it could really go first. So I actually, with this other two, I did the bands first. I got the most difficult part done. Now these cardigans are going to just be super easy. I mean, I didn't stitch the bands on, but I got them put together in the right order. And it really helps to do that. So, do I still have anybody here? I haven't gotten any comments for a little bit here. All right. So that's a great thing to do as well. So just start on something. Another thing that I like to do, or this is maybe sojo prevention, retaining, whatever, just protect your sojo. If you make a mistake, rip it out before you go to bed. All right. The reason I say that is because then you don't get up in the morning and you think, oh, I got to rip that out before I can even do anything. And so, you know, everybody makes mistakes, right? I mean, you sew a zipper in wrong, you sew the wrong sleeve on, you know, the wrong side, and you know, you wonder, why isn't it going together? Well, it's because you're trying to put the back to the front and the front to the back, things like that. And then you realize it, and you realize that you have to rip it out. Do that ripping part before you go to bed. Lay it out neatly on your table. Go to bed, sleep on it. When you get up in the morning, you have a fresh mind, and you don't have to go, ugh, I have to tear that out before I can even start. I have always made that my rule, and it really, really does help. That Fraser cardigan has a super big band that goes all the way from the neckline down this way, curves around, and to the center back. And it was for me very confusing. So, I mean, here's one of them sewn together. This is one of the bands right here sewn together, which you're going to see this baby finished, but yeah, this is the neck. Okay, so what I had done was I had sewn the neckline with the wrong curve. So that's, you know, so I put them on my mannequin so that I could know where things are supposed to go. And, you know, fabric kind of sticks to the mannequin a little bit, so it's kind of helpful. So those are done. And so now the rest of it is a breeze. It'll be an hour-long project now because, you know, that's, but with that French terry, it was so curly and it was curling on the curls. And, yeah, not my favorite choice for that particular pattern. But I love French terry. And I like my cardigans in French terry normally, but didn't work out for that one. Thank you, Kathy. Oh, Angela, that's a great idea. Washi tape. Wonderful idea. Trying to get this here sized so the comments will fit, but not so big that they run off the screen like they were. So those are some ways. Let's see, another thing. Yeah, I like Brenda's idea of matching, you know, just have fun matching prints and fabric. Go to an expo. That's another great way. We can't always afford to do that. They don't always come at the right time. But that's a way as well. These visual prompts here are more for people watching this later. So I apologize if it seems weird and clunky, but that's why I'm doing it this way. I want to make sure that the videos are worthwhile for people if they tune in later. All right. Oh, Kathy had a good idea too. Just working on a portion of the project. That's a great idea. Let me get rid of my comment. That is a wonderful idea. Well, these are all some great ways. And, I just thought it would be really good to just sit down and sort of hash that out together, because I think that's probably one of the number one questions I get asked. What do you do when you just don't feel like it? And I haven't had that problem with sewing quite so much, because I had to develop these sort of techniques of making myself keep going in a creative business when I had running a photography studio. It's very hard to be creative on demand, and it's hard to be creative on someone else's timeline. So I had to come up with ways to keep myself invested and not discouraged and all those things. So I transferred some of that, what I learned in that time when I was running my business, to my sewing, and it really has helped me a lot. What do you prefer, flat lock or reverse cover stitch? I think I probably prefer flat lock. If you're joining things together. If you're not joining things together and it's just decorative, then I would do the reverse cover stitch. I'm thinking that's what you're asking, but you can't really do a flat lock unless you're joining things together, because you do it like this and then open it, and that's what creates the flat lock. But I love that look, but you have to be joining something to make that work. So here's the other fabric I have for that Fraser cardigan, this real pretty green. This is my this is for my granddaughter. She's 9, but I'm making her extra small, ladies, because she's in a, like, I don't know, I compared the measurements to a 12 to 14, and she's in a 12, and she can easily wear an extra small. So, yeah, we haven't had Christmas yet still, guys. Our Christmas is Saturday, this coming Saturday, finally. Yeah, this has been the weirdest year. I told the kids I'm going to call it Christmas Times Day because it's almost Valentine's Day and we're just having Christmas. If you're just joining us, I have been sick. Everyone in my family except my husband and I has had COVID. Then there was some travel that my kids did involved there, to the point where we just weren't able to have Christmas. I mean, by the time they were back in town, everybody had COVID. And then, everybody, of course, the first of the year, everybody goes back to their plans, and to find a day that we could all do it and nobody had to work, all that stuff, we had to push it out till this Saturday. So nothing can happen because we have to have Christmas. So I'm going to make it as festive as possible. And I keep making more things for the kids. So they're really going to rake it in this year, because I've had more time, so I keep making more stuff. No problem, Vera. No problem at all. All right, so if you have any other ideas on how you keep your sojo, throw them out there. And anyways, how are you guys? As I said, I'm doing well. Still have not quite figured out my back, but that's going to be an ongoing thing for a little while. I'm not letting it get in my way as much as possible. So we'll see what happens there. I'm looking forward to Christmas, and I'm looking forward to, my vacation in the 1st of March. And actually, Dot Safuto gave me that idea to run that series while I'm gone on vacation, which is a wonderful idea. Just great. Thank you, Chris. Thanks so much. Do it to be smaller. Okay. Okay. Nikki says, I've finally accepted that I need to break up projects into parts. Pattern preparation, tracing and grading, cutting fabric, and sewing. But certainly not one day and stop when tired. Yep. Agreed. All right. Joanne has a question. I have a super soft sweater knit and I'm looking for a suitable pattern. Depending on what you like, I would say this new Fraser from Love Notions is a great cardigan. I'm going to have a full review on that. Let me show you the line drawing of that, if I can, here. Let me show you the line drawing of the Fraser. Okay, just trying to get it up here. All right. Let me share my screen. There we go. That is the Fraser cardigan and a really super soft. That's what this is. This is a hachi knit. So, real drapey. I've got a lot of thoughts about fabric with this pattern, so stay tuned on that, and you might want to tune into my review coming probably tomorrow, because I'd like to finish these before I do the full review. But yeah, and don't forget, if you want to support the channel and get 10% off, use the coupon code Dorothy10, and that's always on Love Notions. And you will receive 10% off, and I will get the credit for it, and it helps to build the channel. So that's the coupon code for Love Notions. I'll leave that up for a moment. Mary says, I get my sojo back every Monday when hubby goes back to work. That's great. Yeah, kick the men out. That's another way. Yeah. All right, let's see. Good. Anne says, I have finally, but this is really hard to read, guys. Let me do it this way. Okay. Okay. Anne says, I'm making cover for my serger. Looks like an unmade bed. Going to have to dig out some stabilizer. I quilted it, but still looks lumpy. Well, I'm not a quilter, so I don't have a lot of tips when it comes to something like that. But, yeah, probably stabilizer would be your best bet. Quilters, if you have any advice for her, that would be very welcome. Verna says she made a Terra tunic from a soft sweater knit. Making a Sophia now of Hachi. Yeah, that's nice. Sophia is from which designer, Verna? I forgot. I think, is it Sonia Estep? Let me know which designer that is. I don't remember. But yeah, a tunic is a nice. If you don't mind being warm, I don't do heavy fabrics like that unless it's something I can take off I did a velour Arlington sweater. Oh my goodness. I love it, but it's just so hot. I get so hot all the time. I guess it's my age. Sinclair. That's right. I forgot. I love Sinclair patterns. They're wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. And let's see. Glad to hear, Lynn, that your daughter's doing better. I have an update on my friends as well. Angela and Barry, that he was on the vent with COVID. They have 5 kids. He was moved to a regular hospital, and she's able to visit him now. And they're starting to wean down the settings of the ventilator, so things are going in the right direction. So if you're a praying person, I would love it if you would just say a little prayer for them, that trend keeps going that way. It's been a long journey for them. So, and with COVID so unpredictable, you never really know. You just never really know. It can turn like a dime, or either way, one way or the other. So, yeah. So I have to apologize for last week when my camera just quit at an hour. And usually I only go an hour. So we went over last week, and I know now that I really can't do that, at least not in this set with this setup. So apologize for the way that ended last week, because I didn't even have another battery up here. Anne said she took apart a nightshirt and cut out 2. Where can I find a good tutorial on finish a V-neck? It's been a long time since. Okay. So on Love Notion's website, Noreen Mays has done a great YouTube video for Love Notions on that. I think it's a YouTube video. Anyway, it is wonderful. And she does the best V-neck tutorial I've ever seen. So it's on Love Notions blog, and it's Noreen Mays. So if I can find the link, I will share it, but it's a great tutorial. You sewed garments. Oh, okay. So you, right. Sorry about that. Oh, been a long time since you sewed garments. I got you. Sorry, Ann. I was trying to figure out how that went together. Sorry. It's hard to follow I really need another person shouting out the questions because it's really hard to be on camera and monitor the comments at the same time. So if I look clumsy sometimes, please forgive me. So, yeah. That's kind of cool that you were able to get 2 out of it. It's really great. Yeah, so I'm working on these 2 Fraser cardigans, and I'm doing a bunch of stuff with sublimation. If you don't know what that is, stay tuned for my t-shirt thing. I'm learning a whole lot about sublimation, so that's coming. Oh, no worries, Ann. That's fine. And I am making a bag for my oldest granddaughter, whose birthday was in the middle of all this. She also had a birthday, so we're doing Christmas Times Day plus Eve's birthday on Saturday. We are a busy family, but really it's only because of COVID, because they didn't all have it at once. It was like this one got it, then this one got it, then this one got it. And of course, we love them, but we don't want them around us when they have COVID. So we had to, cancel for then. So, but hopefully we're just going to make the best of it and make it really super festive. So, but this is the last time we're waiting this long, ever. Angela says, sorry to leave so soon. Hubby's home. Okay. That's all right. Take care, Angela. Thanks for joining. I love that you want to hear about your hubby's day. That's so great. My husband calls me. He has for all of our 40 almost 45 years of marriage, he has called me from work every day at 1:00 without fail. Occasionally when there's a meeting or a seminar or he's busy or I'm gone or whatever, we don't. But as a rule, he calls me every single day at 1:00. So I love that he still does that, and it's special. Oh, you use new fabric. Okay. Use the old one for the pattern. Okay, gotcha. Looked in the stores but couldn't find anything similar. That's a great way to do it. Yeah. Happy Australia Day. Nice. Hi, Verna. We have two Vernas in our midst. Hi, Barbara. How is it down there? I'm going to probably be going to a wedding down there at some point. My nephew's getting married, and we'll see. I don't know. He's a great nephew, so we'll see if when they schedule it and how far out they go with family invites. I'm gonna be excited for him though, either way. Oh, thank you so much, Nikki. I don't think that you can't. First of all, you can't teach anybody something that you don't know yourself really well, and you can't make any kind of a connection with anybody that's real if you're not real yourself. So there's some people who don't like the style that I do, and that's okay. You know, I try to be I don't want it to waste people's time, but I also know that there's a lot of humanness in what we do. Sewing people are passionate people. I really think, creatives are just sort of out there, and I'm one of them, so I can say that. And, we're touched in different ways than other disciplines, I guess. I learned that in church leadership. All these other ministries are led, by left brains, schedules and all that. Leading creative people is entirely different animal, totally. So it's really interesting. Happy Australia Day, Selena. Awesome. So what do you do in Australia Day, Verna? How do you celebrate it? So is there anybody right now who's having trouble with their sojo? I was starting to, I'll admit, because of being sick and having so many things to do. I'm still, my to-do list is really long still, but I had to get up and tell myself that I'm only one person and I will work as hard as I can. And if I have to rest because of my back, then I have to rest. And that's just how it is. And I think that we have to allow ourselves a little bit of grace sometimes, because otherwise we get down on ourselves, and then that beats the sojo down too. Like, because then you get like really stressed, and then you make stupid mistakes like I did with that piece on the Fraser cardigan. Because I had it all done and I had to rip it out. Didn't realize, I'm like, it's just not laying right. And I'm like, oh, that's what I did. So, I mean, I could have left it. It would have been like a high collar, but I knew it wasn't right, and it would have bugged me forever. So, oh, nice. You have beach barbecues at the beach or picnic in the park for Oz Day. That's right. It's more like summer down there right now, right? We have 8 inches of snow on the ground. My dogs, they're big dogs. They're golden retrievers, but one of them is an English cream golden retriever, and she has short legs. I mean, it's just, she's a golden retriever, but she's got shorter legs than the other one. And so when she goes out, it's over her knees. So she's, yeah, and she's all white, so she kind of blends in. Yesterday was wet and ugly, a little cool right now. Cool is okay in San Antonio for sure. For sure. I've had trouble with my so notice since Christmas. You mean Sojo? Um, I think Christmas time is a time when a lot of people kind of lose it. Because you got so much to do to get done for Christmas. If you sew gifts for Christmas, which I do a lot, I'm still sewing. This is hilarious, you guys. I never, ever, ever thought I'd still be sewing Christmas gifts on January. What is it, 25th? Crazy. Thank you, Chris. Thank you so, so much for all your wonderful support. Yeah. Verna says, when they keep having great fabric sales, she gets tempted, but I tell myself I need to shop my stash. That gets your mojo? That, you know what? That doesn't do it for me. Because if I have something in my stash, I would have gone there first before even looking. Because the way I shop for fabric, I'm not shopping because I need it. You know what I mean? I don't like... Okay, so here's my theory. It's not just a theory, it's true. I buy fabrics when it strikes me and is on sale. I have set amounts that I know. I know that a cardigan is going to be roughly 1.5 to 2 yards. I know that a t-shirt is going to be 1.5 to 2 yards. I know that a dress is going to be somewhere between 3 and 4, usually depending on how long it is. And so it goes with all that. And then if the fabric strikes me and it's a good price, I don't know necessarily what I'm going to do with it or who I'm going to do it for, but I buy the fabric. And then I shop my stash. And that's what I do. I don't ever just go to the store and buy something for a certain pattern. Because you spend a lot more money when you do that, because inevitably the fabric that you need is not going to be on sale. So, I think it really pays to have a stash if you shop it first before you have to, if you then don't have anything like it. I tell you what, I have not had to go outside of my stash and get something specific except for a bag that I'm making for my granddaughter this Christmas. Otherwise, it's just been stuff I have already. So, but I only buy stuff I love, and I only buy stuff that's on sale, and I buy cheap stuff for pattern tests, and that's it. That's what I do. So, yep, I agree. Buying fabric is the most fun. I don't shop, I hunt. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Wow, 8 cardigans? My goodness, Verna, that's a lot. Wow. Yes. Barbara says she doesn't want any snow in San Antonio like last year. Yeah, that was kind of terrible last year. Yep. Verna in Australia says she's enjoying 30 degrees centigrade or warmth, seafood, and maybe time on the beach. Oh, celebrate their indigenous community. That sounds wonderful. How fun. How fun is that? Oh, Verna. Yes. Or let me find you here. Your your daughter got the cutest English cream golden for Christmas. Oh my goodness. My doggie is so cute. She is the cutest. Cutest, cutest. Well, both of them, actually. I'm going to find them. I'm going to find them. I haven't quite yet figured out how to search fabrics on this, or search photos. I see everything is fabric on this Mac. Okay. All right. Here is my baby girl. That's my Minnie. She's a beautiful girl. And then this is my Irie. That's my other golden. So those are my babies. They're so much fun. I love them. Love them to pieces. Hi, Brenda. Nice to see you. I get frustrated a lot trying to teach myself to sew from all your YouTubers. Have more fails than I should. No one in my area sews. Aw, have you joined our Facebook group, Brenda? Because there's a lot of help on there. You can post your projects or post like, this happened. What can I do to fix it? And like, I seriously, probably 10 people will run to your rescue and tell you how to fix it. So, yeah, join our Facebook group. It's Dorothy's Daughter Community. You can just search for that in the Facebook groups and you'll find us. And it's a really great little community. And I love being part of it. I always say if there's something you want me to see, because there's a lot of messages and I can't possibly read every comment and every message. So if you want me to see something, just tag me and I will make sure to look at it and try and help you if I can. Ah, Vera wants a sewing partner, so there you go. That might help. Selena had a golden. Yeah, 12 seems to be the age for most of them. We've had 4 over the course of the years, and the other 2. Actually, we've had 5. 3. We've lost 3, and they were all at age 12. So, and they're all girls. But we have 2 girls now. One is 8 and one is 6. No, 5. She's 5. So my older golden is not overweight, which most are by that age. She still runs like a crazy woman. I have a feeling she's gonna live past 12 because she's much sprier than the other ones have been. So, good call, Kathy. Do you have an American Sewing Guild in your area? Definitely, that'd be great. There's not one here, and I would love to be part of a group, but I heard that Dot Safuto was telling me that their convention is in San Antonio this year, so I may try to coincide it with a trip, and I have family in San Antonio. If you haven't watched before or heard me talk about that, so I might coincide one of my trips down there with that, and maybe spend a day at the convention. We'll see. I'd love to. I just like the trade show floor. It's just so fun to walk around and see new products and get deals. Try sewing machines too. Usually at those expos, they'll let you drive as many sewing machines as you want. And it's really, I mean, that's how I knew what I wanted when I bought my sewing machine, was by trying them out at expos, which worked really well because at when I shopped, it was the pandemic and you weren't allowed to sew on them then. So it really was helpful that I had done that at an expo. Cool. All right. Well, we're getting close to that 5 o'clock mark, so I'm probably going to wrap it up. Does anyone have questions before I wrap it up here today? And in case you're watching it and this whole time you're thinking, what is Sojo? Well, you know, Mojo is that drive, that passion to make you do things or getting in the groove or whatever. Sojo is just to play off that. So it's when you're really in the groove, when you're really cooking, everything seems to be going great. You're really inspired. So when you lose your Sojo, it's not a good thing. And I think you can protect your Sojo too by just not taking too much on. I guess that would be my final thought. Just don't take too much on. Try to be realistic about what you can do. And nothing could kill your Sojo more than an unfinished list of things. So keep your commitments reasonable. All right. That's a great idea, Anne. Very good idea. You know, I've got my iPad here and my computer here, and I keep wanting to touch the screen of my computer or use the mouse on my iPad. It doesn't work well that way. All right, you guys. Well, have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will be seeing you in a video of the Fraser Cardigan review. In the meantime, check out the Facebook group and keep your Sojo, okay? Happy sewing. Bye-bye.